Hello, I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to do topic 7 DQ1. Yes, and we're going to see how we're going to solve these questions. So the first thing it says we have to enter our first letter of your name, your first name. So my first name is Daniel, so my first letter is D. That one is done. And then the next part is my first letter of that name is Gizua, so it's G, type G there. Then we are being told now we are clicking on this site so that we can find the stock symbol for that has that starts with letter D as my name. So if your name is A, it will start with letter A. So I'm going to click on this link, and when you click on it, we are going to find. Now, as it wrote, let's go back to the Excel file. So approximately 1 year ago, I'm doing this video on 4/8/2026. So for 1 year ago, it's 4. I typed 1 year ago, it's 4/8/2026. The same thing applies to the second one, it's 4/8/2026. So in short, in these two cells, you are typing in, sorry, it's not 2026, 2025, sorry. 2025. So in these two cells, you are typing the same date and the month as today, but a different year. So if you are doing this assignment in 2026, 1 year is the same date you are doing the assignment, but the year is different. It's 1 year rather. So it will be, if you are doing it 2026, it's 2025. But the date and month is the month that you're doing the assignment. So if you're doing this in 2027, so it means that your 1 year will be the same month, date you're doing the assignment, then 2026, which is raised by 1. So after we have done that, we go back to the site and we are going to look the ticker symbol that starts with letter D. The ticker symbol that starts with D as my first letter name. So if your name starts with A, your ticker symbol should start with A, and a good example is Apple. Apple symbol starts with A. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to look for letter D. So I click D and I click search, and then I see the letter D that appears. So let's wait for it. I think my Wi-Fi is a bit slow, but we should get one. And yes, we have this one, Dominion Energy D. So with this one, we are going to click on history data. So after you find the one that has letter D, it doesn't mean that it should just be D. It can be DAL, it can be a complete symbol. For example, for Apple is AAPL. So it depends with your symbol. So for mine is Dominion. I've decided to choose this one, which is start with letter D. And to find the closing value, I'm going to click on historical data. And after the historical data loads, it's loading up here, you can see here. So we can see here, we have found our ticker symbol is D for the first one. And now we are going to find the closing price per share. So approximately 1 year ago. So we are going to look for 4/8/2025 from the historical data. So you can see we have 1 year ago, it's April 4/8. So I'm going here and you can see we have it. So the fourth column is the closing one. So I'm going to copy to use this value, which is 49.66. So I'm going to click here and type 49.66. And this one is complete. Now to find the initial investment, we're going to type is equals to the share multiplied by the value that we found. Then we are going to add this 5 year, like that, and you're going to press enter. And that is the value. So this one you have to format it as a currency. So I will highlight the two cells so that I don't have to repeat the same thing when I'm going to the next one. So I'm going to highlight the two, and then I'm going to find click on general and then click on currency like that. So the two cells has been formatted as currency. So still on the same, we are going to look for 9 months ago. If currently is April, 9 months ago, it should be approximately, we can do a simple calculation here so that you can be. So I believe the 9 months will be July. So I'm going to look at July. So I'm going to type 8 July 2025. 9 months ago is still 2025. Then 6 months ago, it will be October 2025. So I will just type 8 October 2025. For 3 months ago, I think it was January. So it will be January 8 January. Now this one is 2026 because it's 3 months ago. January 2026. Remember we are doing this video on April 2026, and now the last one will be on which is April 2026, like that. And I believe we are done with that. So after we input these values, actually this value are the same that we input on the other side. So to complete that step, I'll just continue and type the other dates, which will be 8 on the other side, 8 July 2025. Then it will be 8 October 2025, Oct 2025. And 3 months ago, it was 8 January 2026. And today's date, which is 8 April 2026. So that is how we insert the dates, the current dates. And now we will continue to finding the closing price. So still, since I decided to do the first one, I'll do the first one first and I complete it. Then we'll go to search for the next one. Okay, so the first one we are going to complete it, and we are saying we have now closing date for July 2025. So go back and you're going to look for July 2025, and this is it. You can see here 8 July 2025, and the value was 5632. So type here 5632. Now you're going to look 5632, press enter. Now we're going to look for 8th October 2025. So scroll up and we want October 8. You can see here the value is 6057. So type it there, 60.57. Now we're going to look for 3 months ago, which is 8th January 2026. And we can see it's here. 8th July, 8th January 2026, which is 5780. So it's 57.80, enter. And then we're going to look for today's. What is the current price? And the current closing, we can, since the day hasn't end, we'll use the 7th one. So we'll use this one, 62.69. 62.69. Note, if you go into this one and you don't find the dates that you're looking for, maybe it was on a weekend or a holiday, we are going to use the next date that is close to it. For example, if I was going to look for 8 and it's not there, I will use the 7 that is available as a closing, but because that is approximately 3 months ago or 1 year ago. So that one is done, and now we are going to find the value. The value is given by the closing price times the share. Close the bracket, press enter. Then I want us to drag down, but this form, when dragging down, I don't want us to drag the normal way. Bring your cursor up to this point, then right click, it turns to that white arrow. Now drag down, and then click on fill without formatting, like that. This one ensures that the borders are not deleted. Now we're going to find the gain plus or the loss. So for the gain and loss, we're going to price is equals to this value. So this G24, we're going to subtract the initial investment, this value here, and we're going to press F4 to lock that the initial investment, and we're going to press enter. And with that, we are going now again to fill down. Ensure you bring your cursor up to this point, right click, and then drag down like that, and then fill without formatting like that, and we have all the values that we need. So we have done with the first one, which is the Dominion, and which other ticker symbol of D. Now I'm going to look for a stock symbol that starts with letter G. So I'm going to go back here on the search bar. I'm going to click on G, and I'm going to find a value that has G. I'll go with the first one, or I can go with this one so that you can understand that it doesn't have to be just a simple letter like that G. So I click on G, like this one, and I'm waiting for it to load. So as we're waiting for it to load, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and also comment. Just say it's a nice video, just anything. Yeah. So as it's loading up, let's see how we do the other part. Okay. So we just repeat the same way we did for this one. This is the same thing we are going to do. So we have already found out that our symbol is GADS. So if your name starts with letter C, you just find a ticker symbol that starts with C. That's the simple part of it. The same thing applies here. Now we are going to look for the closing value 1 year ago, which is 4/8/2025. So I believe now it's open. Now when you load it, you make sure you come here and click on the historical data. When you find the ticker symbol, you click on it, then you go and click on the historical data. And when the historical data comes up, scroll down and you'll find the value that we are looking for, which should be approximately today's date. But according to this, the value that I've chosen, it doesn't have. So since it doesn't have, you see it doesn't have for the last 1 year. So I just go and find another symbol, another symbol that starts with letter G. So I just type G, and let me go with the first one. So I want the one that has a whole data set that I can use, since that one didn't have. So I've gotten this one. I'm going to click on historical data so that I can be able to find the values for last 1 year, for 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months. Yes, and today's closing value. So as we are waiting for it to load, let's wait for it to load. Yes, and the same thing we did for this one is the same thing we are going to do for this one. The only things we are doing to do different is the total gain and loss. So I believe it has come up, and we can go back 1 year ago, and it's April 8th. And you can see it's here. So it's 4508. So I'm going back and I'm going to edit that my ticker symbol is not GAD, but it's now G. And the closing value, I found it as 4505, 4508, 4508, and I'm going to press enter. And then I'm going here and I'm going to enter is equals to the share times the closing value that we have found. Then we are going to add the $10 here and press enter. Now, since we have the two value, we can find the total investment, which is equals to sum, and open the bracket, and these two values, and going to press enter like that. So that one is done. And now we are going to find for 8th July 2025. Go back. Now scrolling up, and we want to find 8th July 2025, and it's here. And the value is 4613. Go and type it here, 46.13. Press enter. And now we are going to look for the 8th October 2025. Scroll up, and we are going to find for the 8th October 2025. And the value is here. You can see it here. It's 4066. Note the closing values are on column 4. So we're going to type it here. So it's 40 40.66, and we're going to press enter. And now we are going to look for the 8th January 2026 now, which is 3 months ago. So 8th, it's here. You can go up and it's 47.62. Type it there, 47.62. And now we are going to use today's dates. Because today hasn't ended, we are going to use the 7th one. And actually this one has the closing day for today. So you're just going to type it. So it's 38.35. So we're going to type 38.35. In case you're doing this assignment and the today's date is not available, which is 8 or any day that you're doing, you use the one that is below it. But since like this one, I'm doing the assignment on 8th and it's there, I'm going to use its value. So we have done up to that part. Now for the value, it's shares. You're going to shares, then we are going to multiply by the closing price and pressing enter. And then remember how I showed you, you are going to drag down without formatting. So bring your cursor up to that point, turn to this plus, then let's click, it turns to a white arrow, then drag down, and then click on fill without formatting, like that. That one is done. And for the gain, you're going to do the same, which is given by is equals to the value and subtracted by the initial investment. And for this initial investment, you're going to press F4 to lock it so that you can have dollar signs, and you're going to press enter. So make sure that the value is locked. After that, do the same, fill down without formatting, and that's how you do it. And then for the total gain, we are going to add the gain for this stock and the gain for the other stock. So it's equals by the sum of this one and this one here, and press OK. And then you're going to drag down without formatting, like that. So that is how you do it. And thank you. You can give me your request and I'll honor it. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Thank you.